In this video, we're looking at ECAA 2020, Section 1, Question 19.
Okay, so we have a line segment that's made by 2 points, M and N. M is at point 2, 5, and N is at point -3, 1. And we're told that it is doing some transformations to get to somewhere else. So firstly, it's rotated 90 degrees clockwise at the point of origin, and it forms the line RS. RS is then translated by vector PQ, and that forms line TU, which has its midpoint at 7 minus 2.5, and we have to find PQ. So here's a little diagram of what our MN is going to look like on some axes, and we can have a go at first rotating it. That's our first move. So it's going to go 90 degrees clockwise. It's going to look something like this. So here I've just drawn the two lines together. Our blue one is our MN and our red one is our RS line. So how can we find out what points these are? Because he will help with our next transformation. Well, we just have to rotate our movement up our X and Y axis for each of our points on MN and do a rotation of that for our RS. So for example, if we have a movement of 2 across the X axis and then up 5 on our Y axis for our point M, 2 to 5, we know that we can move down 2, that's how rotating it that way, 90 degrees clockwise, and then across 5. So as we can see, we've rotated these lines 90 degrees clockwise, so this is rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So that's our point for that point, that's our translated point there. And we can do the same to the other one. We're going across 3 and down 1. And so for this line, we're going to go up 3 and across 1, like that. So there are points, and then we can work out the coordinates for these. So this one is -1, 3, and this one is 5, -2. So there our points R and S. So now we need to find the vector that is moved by to get the RS to TU. So let's try and work out what TU's points are going to be. We know the midpoint, so we know what half the line is going to be. How can we work out what that is using our points we've got here? Well, if we find out where's halfway between the line, we can work out what needs to be added to get to our TU line from our midpoint. So our change in our X and Y is 6 and 5 respectively. So if we half that and add it to our X and Y here, that's going to get us our T and our U point. So TU is 7 plus and minus 3 and minus 2.5 plus and minus 2.5. So our T and U points are 10 and minus 5 and 4 and 0. So now we have our TU points and our RS points, we can work out how it's been translated. So let's look at this. We can see that there's a change in 5 in our X values. So we've got -1 plus 5 is 4, and 5 plus 5 is 10. And we can see that 3 minus 3 is 0, and -2 minus 3 is -5. So this is our translation vector that we're using to translate R and S to TU. So PQ is 5 minus 3, and so our answer is C.